Rho Epsilon chapter in 2007 from the Chi Omega chapter at Cuyahoga Community College Western Campus. Through Phi Theta Kappa, she was elected to multiple leadership positions with both chapters, including Secretary, President, Vice President of Communications, and Alumni Liaison. She received a Distinguished Chapter Officer Award from International in 2006, and Most Distinguished Chapter President Award from the Ohio Region in 2007. Connie was elected the 2007-2008 International Division I Vice President. As an alumna of the Phi Theta Kappa, she has served as the 2009 through 2011 President of Alpha of Ohio Regional Alumni Association and alumni member of the Ohio Region Officer Team, and is currently the 2011 through 2013 Membership Secretary with Alpha of Ohio. Under her leadership, Alpha of Ohio was recognized as Phi Theta Kappa's 2010 Outstanding Regional Alumni Association. Myers-Kerr obtained an Associate of Arts from Cuyahoga Community College in 2007 and a Bachelor of Applied Arts and Sciences from Texas A&M University Commerce in 2010, where she was the first distance learning student to receive a full aid scholarship package. Connie was also recognized as one of the top 10 seniors in the College of Business and Technology at Texas A&M TAMUC. Currently, she is completing her studies for a subsequent bachelor degree from Franklin University with a major in public relations and is a master's candidate at the Ohio State University School of Communication. Connie has traveled across the country to multiple regional events to present on Phi Theta Kappa programming and professional development, including annual conventions. She is currently a stay-at-home mom. She lives in Grove City with her husband, David Kerr, and their 2 children. Please give a warm welcome to Connie Myers-Kerr.
As you begin your Phi Theta Kappa experience, some of you may be thinking it is a great opportunity to do things in your community, apply for exclusive scholarships, look good on your transcripts and resume, learn about leadership, or you might just be thinking, what is such a big deal? It's just an honor society. Sure, you have to be academically adept to receive an invitation, but scholastic achievement is only the beginning if you allow yourself to be open to all the opportunities available to you through Phi Theta Kappa. In our mission, the 4 hallmarks of scholarship, leadership, service, and fellowship are the building blocks to professional and personal growth you may not even imagine possible. I know this to be true, as I was in the same place you were 7 years ago, a shell of the person I am today because of Phi Theta Kappa. April 23rd, 2004 was my induction date. A date that will stand out in my mind as the date that started a change in my life that continues to have a profound impact. At the time, I was an unconfident, unsure, young mother in an abusive marriage. It was a joyous day for me, as I had done something I never thought I could, to be an honors student after dropping out of college for the first time. As a traditional student right out of high school, I was not able to make it at a big university and came home feeling defeated and lost. After the birth of my son, I took a chance and enrolled at my local community college with the support of my parents. My husband said he would be supportive, but his actions were quite the opposite. There were times when I even had to take my infant son with me to class because he refused to come home and watch him, and it wasn't enough time for me to find someone else to watch our son. Homework was done during the late night, as I was not permitted to do it when my husband was home and awake. Even with marital struggles and raising a baby, I was able to obtain good grades, and a year after enrolling, received my letter of invitation from my local chapter, the first of many great events due to Phi Theta Kappa. As I became more active in my chapter, my son was usually always with me for activities, and everyone knew him. He was the only 3-year-old who could actually say Phi Theta Kappa. My confidence started to improve. I started to feel good again emotionally, and my family started to see the improvements. Friendships became plentiful, and I loved being able to help others less fortunate. Even with my husband telling me I was wasting my time, I founded the American Sign Language Club at my campus and was elected the first president. Along with this, I had somehow found the courage to start standing up for myself against my husband while fighting to make our marriage work for our son. A year after being inducted, I was a chapter officer heading to my first Phi Theta Kappa event outside of chapter activities. It would be at this event that I met a person who would be there for me during my darkest moments and my brightest, who still continues to be there for me. As the year progressed, I wanted to do so much more than I thought I could. I was getting ready to enter into a program with the study skills I needed to become a full-time student. I was becoming stronger and more self-assured thanks to the friends and support I received in the Ohio region of Phi Theta Kappa. A year later, I became chapter president and heading to Seattle for the International Convention. This year was a definite tipping point in my life, as events that happened in Seattle would forever change me. I had been asked by the person I mentioned earlier to be his campaign manager for running for international office, and selected by headquarters to perform sign song interpretations during the opening and closing ceremonies in front of 4,000 people. It was through the exhaustion of campaigning, rehearsing, completing my chapter duties, the pure excitement of winning chapter and individual awards at the international level, being on stage in front of so many people performing, which I had never done before, and fighting with my husband over the phone that it became clear. I was no longer the same person I was before becoming a member of Phi Theta Kappa. I was now confident, courageous, and knowledgeable enough to know that staying in an unhealthy and unhappy marriage was not being a good role model for my son. When I came home, I gathered enough courage to start divorce proceedings and become a single mother in college. Struggles continued and at times seemed overwhelming, but amid them, I knew I could turn to my Phi Theta Kappa family for love and support. One person in particular was there to hold my hand through all the custody arguments, divorce proceedings, finding a place to live, and tears. The person I met at that first convention. Even after being elected as an international officer, he was still there for me whenever I needed him, and even when I did not. I continued to lean on my chapter advisor for guidance, and Phi Theta Kappa friends for understanding. It was some of these friends that encouraged me to do something I thought I had no chance at. They wanted me to run for international office. Though they were crazy. For some strange reason, I listened. They saw something in me I did not, and recognized I could go even further than I expected if I just stepped outside of my comfort zone yet again. The next spring, my friend, who I had helped get elected, was installing me as his international officer successor. Moreover, I had gained another best friend who helped me without hesitation when I thought it would be too much to ask, as he put aside his own sadness for not being a candidate finalist to help me prepare for my candidate speech. I thought the year as an international officer would be a roller coaster ride, and boy was I right. I found a new passion for public speaking, and for the first time in my life, I was happy being a person I had evolved into. I was comfortable in my own skin. At times, the schedule was grueling, in conjunction with moving, with transferring to a new school, Columbus State, and thought I could not finish my term. Through it all, I had love, support, and compassion from my Phi Theta Kappa family to keep pushing me forward, think outside the box, and challenge myself both professionally and personally. I was offered an incredible chance to receive a full aid scholarship package to earn my bachelor's degree in Texas A&M University Commerce without leaving my family in Ohio, all because of my involvement in Phi Theta Kappa. It was time for me to leave the safety of community college and return to a four-year institution. But this time, I knew I could do it successfully. And I did just that in the spring of 2010 when I obtained my first bachelor's degree from Texas A&M University Commerce. It was not easy, but Phi Theta Kappa was still there for me in an alumni capacity. I needed this more than ever, as I married the person who had been there for me since that first convention in Dallas, became pregnant, and had a baby girl during my senior year. Yet support of fellow alumni still is instrumental in keeping me motivated, as I'm about to complete a subsequent baccalaureate degree from Franklin University, and I'm a master's candidate for Ohio State's School of Communication. Over the years, I have received multiple scholarships from both Cuyahoga Community College, Columbus State Community College, obtained an Associates of Arts, was named the 2007 All-Ohio Academic Team as a first-team member, selected as a student ambassador for Columbus State, served as a student representative on Columbus State's Board of Trustees, received a Student Women's Leaders Award here at Columbus State, spoke in front of the Ohio Board of Regents on multiple occasions, interviewed by a national education consultant, and named the top 10 senior in the College of Business and Technology at Texas A&M University Commerce. None of this would have been possible without all the opportunities and the people I was blessed enough to meet through Phi Theta Kappa. In conclusion, I am not the only one whose life has been positively affected by Phi Theta Kappa. One active alumna is getting ready to graduate with her third bachelor's degree this fall, while her youngest just graduated from high school, and she is a grandmother for the second time. This all just happened this past spring. Another alumna received over $30,000 in scholarship funds due to her Phi Theta Kappa involvement, which allowed her to obtain her bachelor's degree. An alumnus was a member, chapter president, regional officer, international officer candidate, and now serves as a contact advisor and teaches at the community college he attended. My husband and I would have never met and been given the greatest gift of a child together without Phi Theta Kappa. We are both active alumni in our region and internationally, donating our time and money to offer opportunities to current students like yourselves. He obtained his associate degree from Columbus State, a bachelor's degree from Franklin University, and just recently his master's degree from New England College. My husband, David Kerr, will share with you some of his experiences as we hope our words will inspire you to join us in the true Phi Theta Kappa experience.
I have to follow that. I will try. That's right, an asset for life. Although my past experiences are not all that different from that of my wife's, I do believe we each take different pathways to get to where we are. Here are just a few of the pathways I experienced. My father left when I was 3 years old and never returned, and kept the location of my brother with him all those years. I lived with a very abusive stepfather for 15 years. I was a high school and college dropout. I had a failed marriage before. I was forced to leave the military for medical reasons, along with many, many other reasons and different pathways. I knew many others had the same similar story as mine and turned to drugs or alcohol as their pathway. I, however, turned to education. In 2004, I became a student at Columbus State seeking to complete an associate's degree in marketing. My previous attempt at college wasn't very successful, so I believed the associate degree was probably the highest education I could get. Previously, I started college because it was a good idea. When I started Columbus State, it's because I needed to. I needed a change in my life. My first completed quarter brought a wonderful surprise. I received this letter to join some kind of honor society. I thought there may have been some mistake, because obviously they didn't know I dropped out of high school. My first reaction was to join as fast as I can before they realized they made it. As many of you may know today, it wasn't a mistake. My academic success and motivation to be involved led me to become a student ambassador and president of the Alpha Rho Epsilon chapter of Phi Theta Kappa here at Columbus State. My success also encouraged me to change my major to the Associate of Arts and work toward transferring to a four-year college. This confidence led to further opportunities. In my last year at Columbus State, I served as the student representative to the Columbus State Board of Trustees and had a great respect for education and politics. In 2006, I used my newfound motivation to campaign for International Vice President of Division I for Phi Theta Kappa. And on April 22nd, 2006 in Seattle, Washington, I was elected to that position. I didn't know at that time how much that specific day would impact the rest of my life. I spent the year traveling to different colleges throughout the eastern United States on behalf of Phi Theta Kappa and meeting some of the most amazing people. I was in awe and inspired to meet people such as Al Gore as he discussed the effects of global warming. Dr. Jihan Sadat, the former First Lady of Egypt, Anwar Sadat's widow. Fareed Zakaria, political commentator and CNN correspondent. Fred Hayes, lunar module pilot for the Apollo 13 mission. Two other people I met were Kevin Sharp, platinum recording country artist, who taught me the greatest lessons in life are found in your service to others, regardless of the circumstances life throws at you. Kevin fought and survived what was said to be a fatal case of cancer, Ewing sarcoma. Kevin has taught me that every day as a diabetic, it's not a hindrance, but a way to help and influence the lives of other people. In a sense, he has become an honorary member of the Ohio region of Phi Theta Kappa. Wes Moore, author of New York Times bestselling book, The Other Wes Moore, has pushed me in a direction to be open with others about the events that have shaped my life. He is one of the handful of people in the world that know everything that's happened in my life. He has become an advocate and mentor for speaking out as one of the people pushing me to write about my experiences and to share with others these things so they don't have to. Although I am grateful for the famous or high-profile people I have had the honor to meet, I am more amazed by the students I met through my travels. These students have demonstrated they will not be held back in their journeys to succeed. They show the same determination that each of you do today. This is the same determination I saw myself in 2004 when I sat exactly where you are today. Today I celebrate the rewards of my life that would not have been possible without Columbus State and Phi Theta Kappa. I have not only completed my associate's degree, but earned my bachelor's degree in management and my master's degree in public policy. In the next 6 to 7 months, I will begin another journey toward my PhD. I have a wonderful family, a wife that supports me, a wonderful stepson that will never experience life as I did as a stepchild, a great daughter, I'll be 2 in just a couple weeks, and I've tried to stop that from happening. And I have to mention that just last night we added a new member to our family, a 3-month-old Australian Shepherd that we named Jackson in honor of Phi Theta Kappa's international headquarters located in Jackson, Mississippi. I share my experiences with you today, not for the purpose of bragging, but to let each of you know that you can do it too. If I can do it, you can definitely do it. Each of us will be here to assist you on your journeys. Phi Theta Kappa is an opportunity for you to get back what you contribute. An hour a week can make a difference that you couldn't imagine to somebody else. Whether that's tutoring, volunteering, again, as Matt said, in your community, in your church, through the chapter, through Relay for Life and walking an hour to contribute that time to a cancer survivor. I promise that if you accept this membership with an open mind, an open heart, and a passion to serve, you will be the recipient of many great rewards. Make Phi Theta Kappa's hallmarks of scholarship, leadership, service, and fellowship part of the pathway on your journey. Thank you.